Hello, hello, hello. President Biden calls for members of Congress to be blocked from trading stocks while serving the American people using insider trading. Liz Cheney is officially referred for criminal behavior. Will new FBI Director Kash Patel arrest and investigate her? Trump is furious at Biden for undermining his presidency in multiple ways before it's even begun. And Democrats push a new bill to abolish the Electoral College, citing big Democrat blue cities shouldn't have to suffer because of an old style of voting, plus new insight on the drone invasion happening in the New England area. Thank you guys for watching and sharing these videos with family and friends. It really helps me out. So thank you guys so much. Hello, everybody. I see you guys. Happy Tuesday. Hello, Oklahoma. Hello, Texas. Hello, Utah. Hello, New York. Let's jump into the news. As President Biden's term comes to an end, he's ensuring his allies are well taken care of. President Biden recently signed off on a new work from home deal that benefits 40,000 federal employees and seeks to usurp any power that Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk might have of reducing the amount of government employees. However, these plans interfere with what Donald Trump originally had in mind. President Trump has been very vocal about wanting to end remote work, insisting that federal employees must return to the office. During a statement at Mar-a-Lago, Trump stated, "It's ridiculous. If people don't come back to work, come back into the office, they're going to be dismissed." And somebody in the Biden administration gave a 5-year waiver of that so that for 5 years, people don't have to come back into the office. So it was like a gift to a union, and we are going to obviously be in court to stop it. President Biden is doing everything he can to hamstring President Trump and his agenda to clean up the DC swamp, lower the annual spending, streamline the US government, close the border, and end the awful, awful wars. Now, let me know over in the comments, what do you think about this? Obviously, President Biden is doing everything he can to undermine incoming President Donald Trump. Not something that Trump did to Biden. He handed over the hottest economy, and Biden then went on to make it even hotter and make everything ridiculously expensive by spending trillions and trillions of unnecessary dollars. Now, President Biden will go down as one of the most petty presidents in American history. It's ridiculous, actually. Yesterday, I reported that Biden is selling the materials for Trump's border wall and is now making more calls to make it harder for Trump to do what he wants. The whole point of bringing federal employees back to the office is to ensure the government operates with more accountability and more efficiency and restore a sense of normalcy. Right now, only 17% of office space in federal buildings actually has in-office workers. We're no longer in the COVID era. Taxpayer dollars should actually mean something, not go to people who only put in half a day's work. Unfortunately, it seems like Biden is willing to do whatever he can to sabotage Trump and the MAGA agenda. Despite Trump's claims that he'll take Biden to court, this won't be an easy win. For instance, Everett Kelly, national president of the American Federation of Government Employees, claimed she's fighting him in court because she believes telework and remote work have been valuable tools for improving federal government operations. Well, if that's true, you're going to have to prove it in court. Now, she stated, collective bargaining agreements entered into by the federal government are binding and enforceable under the law. We trust the incoming administration will abide by their obligation to honor lawful union contracts. If they fail to do so, we will be prepared to enforce our rights. Now, as these Democrats fight to uphold the law, other Democrats are fighting to banish it. So they want the law to work when it benefits them, and they want it to not work when it hurts them. 3 Senate Democrats, Senator Brian Schatz, Democrat Dick Durbin, and Peter Welch, have introduced a new bill to abolish the Electoral College. The Democrats argue that this change is necessary to restore democracy. Well, we don't even live in a democracy. We live in a republic, a representative republic. And the founding fathers and those that put the Electoral College into place knew that cities would become very populous and the country would then be dictated by city voters. And that's why they put the Electoral College into place. By the way, thank you guys so much for liking and sharing these videos. When you hit that like button, it tells YouTube and Rumble to share this with others. So thank you guys for doing that. Now, in his own defense, Senator Brian Schatz's pants stated, in an election, the person who gets the most votes should win. It's that simple. No one's vote should count for more based on where they live. The Electoral College is outdated and it's undemocratic. It's time to end it. Now, I don't believe Senator Schatz's pants actually believes this. Democrats are just mad that Donald Trump won in 2016, most likely in 2020, and most definitely in 2024, where Trump won decisively thanks to the electoral vote. But in this case, he also won the popular vote. Now, for those of you unaware, the Electoral College gives every state, big or small, a voice in presidential elections and keeps a few big cities on the coasts from deciding the rest of America. Without it, the needs of rural areas and smaller states would be completely overlooked. This should prove that the far left doesn't care about the voices of rural Americans. They can cry all they want, but Trump won both the popular and the electoral vote this year. However, Democrats have already moved on to how to win and cheat in the next election cycle. To do that, they need the votes from the 10 major Democrat blue cities to overwhelm the rest of the United States. The Electoral College was built to bring some form of semblance of fairness and give people outside of the 10 big Democrat cities an actual vote. Now, let me know over in the comments, do you believe we should get rid of the Electoral College? If you do, I want you to type yes. And if you don't, I want you to type no. Now, someone said, Stephen went from neutral during the pandemic to full-on patriot. Yes, I did. I am so sick of Joe Biden and the Democrats lying to me, spending my money, intervening in foreign affairs. So yeah, you're right. I did. I decided to let my libertarian conservative values shine, and I don't regret it for 1 minute. All right, now I have several big stories, but first a word from today's sponsor. Did you know that American homeowners nationwide have over $32 trillion in home equity? And cyber criminals are targeting it with a growing scam the FBI calls house stealing. House alarms, doorbell cameras, deadbolts, they don't do anything to stop these thieves because they don't want your stuff, they want your equity. If your title isn't being monitored, scammers can transfer the title of your home into their name using a one-page document that they file with the county clerk. They then take out a loan against your house or even sell it behind your back. The scariest part is you won't find out about this until a loan puts you into collections. And then by then you're dealing with a financial and a legal nightmare. Now, the best way to protect your house from being sold out from under you or the equity in your house being transferred with a quit claim deed is to use triple lock protection from Home Title Lock. Home Title Lock has this 24-hour triple lock protection monitoring. They alert you of any change, and God forbid, they restore you at no out-of-pocket cost if for some reason this happens to you. Now, when was the last time you checked the title of your home? If you're like me, the answer is never. And that's exactly what scammers are counting on. But you can check on your home title today and make sure you're not already a victim. You can get a free title history report and a 30-day free trial of triple lock protection today by going to HomeTitleLock.com and using promo code Gardner. Click on the link in the description below or go to HomeTitleLock.com and use promo code Gardner. Again, that's HomeTitleLock.com. All right, now, the White House, Homeland Security, and the U.S. military continue to say they have no idea why the United States is suddenly being invaded with drones in the sky. They also are telling people we don't know what they are, but also don't shoot them down. However, a new report from the Daily Mail shows leaked documents prove the U.S. government gave $50 million in 2018 to a robotics firm to map areas in pursuit of weapons of mass destruction. So while the White House continues to lie to the American people, many dozens of car-sized drones appear to be looking for something, or at the very least, mapping the area. However, the fact that they are out in the dark leads many to believe that they're not doing mapping at all. They are looking for something. In fact, former retired CIA officer Rudy Ridolfi said, the government is most likely testing some kind of reconnaissance mission technology. Others close to the U.S. military say this has the DoD fingerprints all over it. That's the Department of Defense. Now, the real question is, why lie? Why scare the American people? You can't hide these drones. We see them. They're the size of cars. And it's led many to believe that the DoD is searching for gamma rays or radioactive material lost in the state of New Jersey. At the same time, government leaders in New Jersey have admitted a shipping container with radioactive material showed up at their port damaged and with the content of the shipping container missing. So I don't know what's going on. I'm just letting you guys know what I am seeing and reading in the news, but there's something going on. I'm not sure what it is, but this definitely has the government's fingerprints all over it. Pretty crazy times, right? All right, now, new details reveal why former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi fell in Europe and broke her hip. There was a photo shoot, and Representative Nancy Pelosi insisted on wearing high heel stilettos for the photo. She then slipped on the slippery marble floor because the skinny high heels have very little surface area. She has broken her hip, and now she's in the hospital. You know, I don't really feel bad for her because she has used insider trading to become worth $200 million. But human to human, it is sad. But dang, that's too bad. Her husband gets hit over the head with a hammer, and she slips for a photo shoot and breaks her hip. With the possibility of TikTok being banned under the Biden administration in early 2025, President Donald Trump might step in to save the platform. In a recent press conference with C-SPAN, Trump hinted that TikTok might not be going anywhere. He said, I have a warm spot in my heart for TikTok, claiming he would like to take a look at the situation. President Trump has credited his success in the election partially to TikTok, saying that it helped him get real news out to younger voters, where other platforms like Facebook blocked him from getting the truth out. While the Justice Department concerns that the app is a national security threat are valid, We shouldn't flat out ban the entire app. It's no longer in China. It's actually being run out of South Korea, which is an ally of the United States. Now, I do wonder if maybe government employees should be limited, but from everything I've read, most people that have TikTok actually like TikTok. What do you guys think? Do you guys use TikTok or do you mostly stick to YouTube? I occasionally get on TikTok, although I was banned from using TikTok. So why be on there if you're banned, right? That's what I think. All right, I've got some super chats coming in. Joe Staley, thank you so much. Tech Man, right on. God bless. Thank you. I appreciate that. At the risk of sounding too 80s, I totally love your channel, Stephen. It's all casual. Well, totally, man. No problem there. I'm from the 80s, so it doesn't bother me a bit. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. I use that money to buy myself tacos, so I really appreciate it. All right, now Vice President Kamala Harris has returned to making calls to ban assault weapons after a recent school shooting in Wisconsin. While tragic, the shooter used a handgun, which once again proves outlawing any specific type of gun doesn't solve the main issue. Despite this fact, Harris stated Congress and state legislators must make background checks universal, pass red flags and safe storage laws, and ban assault weapons. These common sense solutions will save lives and make our children and communities safer. Many of the people who carry out these offenses wouldn't be detected via red flag laws anyway, and many of them don't use assault weapons, so I'm not sure why she's calling for that. Way too many parents have their guns accessible to these kids. These are complex issues that I believe should be resolved by having increased security measures at schools. How is it possible that a child can enter a classroom with a firearm undetected? This problem should be a major priority, although it seems like Biden and Harris care more about what's going on in Ukraine than actually protecting our children. Now, sadly, a lot of these school shootings have to do with the medication that kids are taking, mental illness, or transgender issues, which is exactly what happened in this situation. Sadly, this young girl is on all kinds of different hormone disruptors, hormone blockers, as she deals with gender understanding of him or herself. It's very sad. My heart goes out to the families that lost their children. If someone shot up my child's school, I would be absolutely furious. So I don't blame these parents. Republicans are now calling for the FBI to investigate former United States House Representative Liz Cheney after allegations of witness tampering during her time on the publicly televised January 6th committee comes forward. According to a report by Representative Barry Loudermilk, Liz Cheney may have violated not one, but multiple federal laws. Representative Loudermilk stated, based on the evidence obtained by this subcommittee, numerous federal laws were likely broken by Liz Cheney, the former vice chair of the January 6th Select Committee, and these violations should be investigated by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Now, Kash Patel, who will be leading the FBI going forward, has already indicated that he is very serious about investigating the J6 committee, specifically Liz Cheney. She destroyed evidence. They manipulated photos and testimonies, and she was grooming and intimidating their key witness. Now, according to Breitbart News, here are the different ways that she broke the law. Former Representative Liz Cheney of Wyoming colluded with star witness Cassidy Hutchinson without Hutchinson's attorney's knowledge. Former Representative Liz Cheney should be investigated for potential criminal witness tampering based on new information about her communication. So not only did she tamper with the witness, but did it without the witness's lawyer in the room. Cassidy Hutchinson, most outrageous claim, lacked any evidence, and the select committee had knowledge that her claims were false, but still decided to discuss them publicly because it made for good TV. Former Representative Liz Cheney should definitely be investigated, especially for destroying evidence. When you pair this new info with her hatred for President Trump, there's no telling what she may have done to try to put him behind bars. She is the one that should go behind bars. Now, let me just read through this information. As the Select Committee's star witness, Hutchinson's testimony formed the basis of the Select Committee's false but most enduring claims against President Trump. The report states, without Hutchinson's altered testimony, it is unlikely the Select Committee could make its assertions. Without President Trump's mood, attitude, and alleged culpability in the event of January 6th. Hutchinson is mentioned by name in the Select Committee's final report no fewer than 185 times. Inexplicably, the Select Committee discredited the multitude of legitimate witnesses who, under oath, repeatedly refuted Hutchinson's testimony. So basically, they knew that she was lying. They also knew that her testimony was no good, but it made for good TV. Then their final report mentions her 185 times. So you have a bad witness with a bad testimony, and you have good witnesses with good testimony. What do? They drop these and then reference the bad testimony over 185 times. The evidence is overwhelming that the Select Committee violated House rules, deleted documents in their final day of the 117th Congress, and had a predetermined partisan outcome it was committed to convey regardless of the facts. The Select Committee's blatant disregard for the truth and Hutchinson's false statement accepted by the Select Committee as fact erodes all credibility of the Select Committee's final report. So sad that they felt the need to lie about Trump, tamper with evidence, tamper with witnesses, write up a final report that was erroneous, and then basically destroy evidence. So sad. I mean, it's absolutely crazy what they did in an attempt to make Trump go to jail. But let me know over in the comments. They literally tried to jail your president. Do you think that Liz Cheney should face blowback and repercussion? The people of Wyoming believed so, and that's why they dropped her and picked up a new House representative. I think that there has to be consequences for this behavior. If not, they're just going to continue to do it, and I think that is wrong. I think that they should definitely be investigating Liz Cheney. All right, now a few other quick stories. Have you guys seen that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is most likely going to resign from being Prime Minister of Canada after Donald Trump met with him and said, if Canada can't live on its own without cheating the United States $100 billion, then maybe you should become the 51st state and I'll make you a governor. Trump then went on to troll Justin Trudeau several times as Governor Trudeau. Well, now several members of Trudeau's government have resigned as it comes out just how damaging Trudeau's behavior has been, how damaging illegal immigration has been, how the fact that he's been running a deficit and that all of the spending in Canada is completely out of control. So he will most likely be forced to resign, which will mean it will go up for a new government. And we're really hoping that the conservative Poilievre takes his place. Trump has announced that he will donate all the money he earns as president of the United States to a group that helps veterans get out of homelessness. So President Trump is not taking one dime of taxpayer money for his salary. He's going to donate all of it to helping veterans get out of homelessness. Pretty cool. More than 120 retired U.S. generals and admirals have signed a letter expressing their strong support for President-elect Trump's nominee for Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth. So 120 have said, we believe Pete Hegseth will do an incredible job. All right, final story. Did you guys see this? President Joe Biden has said that he supports blocking members of Congress from being able to trade stocks while serving as public servants. Now, we know that Joe Biden used his office position to enrich his family by over $20 million. However, he never traded stocks, probably because he didn't have any money. He was seriously a broke human being, even though he served for a long time. But now, on his way out the door, as one more kick in the pants to Congress for betraying him, he is publicly calling for all members of Congress to be banned from trading stocks. Now, let me know over in the comments, what do you think? Do you think that Joe Biden should do an executive order banning members of Congress from using insider trading to trade stocks while public servants? I think it would be a great idea. All right, I've got to run off to help my wife with some stuff. I love you guys. Please, there's over 6,000 of you right now. Give this video a like so that YouTube and Rumble will share it. Also, hit that subscribe button. We're almost to 1.9 million amazing truth seekers. Hey, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.